Hello viewers, Teddy here. Now we arrive at branch hatch for the second race, starting in last place. This is the qualifying, and this is a very bad race. If you guys must have read the title and thumbnail, obviously. Mr. Dingus going for a nice little slide up into the first chicane. You can see we have a bit of contact, but not too much, and we gained a position out of it. So a nice little smoke screen going here, and we're gonna go a bit wide onto the astroturf and see Epic just yeet himself, and I'm gonna follow him into the barrier, but he's gonna be very back, not me. And we are here at the longest, weirdest turn, very difficult to get right, kills the tires to be honest. Now on to the main straight for to the end of the first lap. We gained a position, not the worst thing, and we're gonna take a bit of slide, not too much. You can see they are pulling away a bit, but let's see if we can catch up back to them. And we take the chicane very nicely, actually very difficult as well. You have to get on the throttle really late, using a bit of the turf, but we are in the slipstream, I think. But we have a disadvantage that we have a ballast. So the winner of the last race, the first and second, get a ballast. So they are all in S class, and we are on high A class. So they have a better top end, and we have kind of a better cornering. And on to the third lap, into the first corner, braking a bit late and going wide and very wide into the gravel rhythm, and we come back on, losing a lot of time. Now our gap to fifth has opened up to 2.6, and Epic has caught up with us due to a dumb mistake. We're gonna try and pull away from him, but he obviously, I think, doesn't have a ballast, and I do. I don't remember who have the ballast. It's me and someone else. So we go into the last corner, really wide and really difficult to overtake this track overall. Now onto the main straight and on to the beginning of lap number 4. Gonna brake just nicely and slide again and go really wide and just about save it. We're gonna go defensive, but he's just gonna sail past us, but not really. We go side by side through the chicane. He backs out because he doesn't want to go into the barrier, obviously, and I go onto the grass, losing a bit of a control, and he sails past us. Now we're gonna truck into his slipstream and try and catch him up. Now we're gonna skip to lap number 7, and we see Toxic Cat just taking a spin into gravel, not a spin, like a drive into a gravel, and we're gonna put ourselves in position 6 and onto lap number 9. Now we see we are catching up to Mr. Dingus right here, and we're gonna dip 2 wheels onto the grass and completely spin out into the barrier, our good friend barrier, and we're gonna continue, hopefully escape the barrier sooner. Didn't lose much time, but obviously lost a lot. That doesn't make sense, I just contradicted myself. Okay, on to the last corner. Hopefully we don't have a lot of damage, and we're gonna skip forward to lap number 11. You can see we are not really catching up to anyone. It's just a lonely race. Now we see Toxic Cat just standing there weirdly, and on to the last lap, and we finished in 6th place. Not the best race, but at least we finished. You can see the Dingus and I have the ballast, and others are in S class, as we won the last race. Good result, but we hope we can continue this onto this one as well. and we go off the line into 6th place. On 6th place, we have the disadvantage of being on the outside of the first corner, but we hang around and miss. Start taking us, yes, Ringus going onto the grass, and we are up into 5th place. We take the chicane very nicely. The hairpin, not the chicane. Have I been saying chicane all the time? But okay, let's continue. Now we are behind Ice Rat 28, and we're gonna try and follow him, but we go into the grass. But keep it in control, thankfully. Now on to the main straight for the first time out of 50, and we're gonna take a bit of a narrow line, kind of, and onto the second lap into the first corner, braking nicely at the mark and having a good exit. Now we're gonna fast forward some laps, not some laps, just chicane. Now we see Ice Ride going very wide, and we're gonna go past him very nicely. Now up into 4th place. Good progress so far, but let's see how we can perform. Now on to the main straight for the second time. You can see the first, second, third have pulled away quite a bit, and Ice Rat is right behind us into a slipstream, but just backs out because overtaking is really difficult here. I guess we can prove it wrong though, like up ahead into the video. Let's see. Now we're going for the third time. We're going through this hairpin, not a chicane. We're gonna just dip 2 wheels down, but keep it in control. Take a wide line through there so we can cut back. Now into lap 4, we're gonna have a little bit of a moment and go onto the grass, but not lose out a lot of time. I guess we got a tap from behind. Actually, we did get a tap from behind, and I said did spin out, but hopefully we didn't. But we did lose a lot of time to 3rd place up ahead. You can see they are just making their way to the first corner. We're gonna skip to lap number 8. We're gonna take a really wide line, and we're gonna have contact again. Now we continue in 5th place now as he went past us, but really good sportsmanship right here. He lets us pass because due to the contact. Really good racing. Now obviously he's gonna try to get past us the clean way. Now we take a really bad line through here. You can see the racing line, suggested racing line, and the line I took. Not too much of a difference, but still. Now Isaac taking a look from the outside, a bit of contact, but can't make it work because it's a really difficult turn. Now we're gonna skip to lap number 9, and we're just gonna dip 2 wheels onto the curb, and we'll spin out and crash into Dingus, and we are up, and we find ourselves in last place. We skip to lap number 11. We see catching up to Mr. Dingus again, who is in 6th place. We go past him into the corner. Really beautiful move, and did go onto the grass, but track limits don't exist in this game, so okay. Now we're gonna try and catch up Toxic Cat right here, taking a wide line, optimal line, I'll say. Now she doesn't have a ballast, so she's gonna pull away from me really easily. You can see she's gaining a lot of time, and onto the braking zone. We take the corner really nicely, or onto the lap 17. You can see it, the tire wear is coming into play. The tires are wearing out a lot faster now, and we go for the move into the hairpin, and we make it work. It was a really beautiful move. Now we're gonna keep the lead. Yes, we are gonna keep the lead into the 5th place, and we're gonna skip to lap number 20. Now, lap number 20, I was into no man's land. I pulled away from everyone, not everyone, toxic cat and dingus. Now we're gonna come to the straight for the 20th time, and we see the deadly notification of low bandwidth. Nothing to be concerned about. I'll just teleport a bit. That's completely normal. We're gonna skip to 22nd lap. Now we're gonna completely destroy the engine by going into first and second gear, which we shouldn't have done that. And we spin out completely, and we see, was that, I don't know who was that. I guess that was Toxic Cat. We spun around. Uh, that was just bad luck, I guess. But we have now engine damage, and we lost a lot of time. And we have to go into the pits now, because I was gonna do a 25-25 strategy, but now I have to do 23 and other 27 strategy. So we pull into the pits nice and slowly and hit the wall actually. Now we're gonna skip the pits because the pits are oddly long for the really short track, and we come out into last. Obviously you can see 34 seconds pit stop. That's just odd. Like, a lap here is 54 seconds. You lose like more than a half lap. Now let's try and get a good out lap without spinning out or hitting anyone. And we take the first hairpin really nicely onto the second corner. A kind of flat out, but you can take it flat out in other cars, not this one. So here light tap on the brakes and use the curb completely. Here also you can brake really late and take it in third gear to keep the car stable, and second gear to actually accelerate really quickly, but third gear works for me, so third gear it is. On to the 25th lap. Now we're gonna skip ahead to lap number 28. So you can see we are gaining on our time, and we are gonna go past Toxic Cat. I guess she has some damage. I don't know, because we really went past her really quickly. Now we're gonna give her some space, but we're gonna go onto the grass, keeping it stable. Now you can see in the mirrors, the leaders have caught up to us, so they're gonna lap us, and we're gonna let them through in a really awkward position, because this is a very bad corner to let anyone through. So we're just gonna roll with it. Now we find ourselves in 6th place. Now obviously Toxic Cat has a speed advantage over me, so she's gonna sail past us, but she take a really wide line and goes into the gravel again, which is not ideal, but that's not an optimal racing line, but it's fine. And now we did a really big mistake when we were letting the leaders through. I changed gear and I completely damaged the engine again, so we had to get into the pits again. So again 32 seconds lost. I'm in last place, and that's not an ideal place to be. But finishing last is not the worst thing, because we are only 7 people, Now we're into the second corner for a second out lap. This one stop strategy turned into a 2-stop strategy because of the damage. Now we are entering the last corner, the really long right hander, and now we're gonna skip to lap number 38. You can see we are just entering the hairpin, taking a bit of a weird line, and we're just gonna completely bottle it and spin out again. Surprisingly did a really nice 180 or a J turn, and face the right direction, but we lost a lot more time. We were catching up to Toxic Cat. Like you can see, she is around 6 seconds ahead or 4 seconds ahead. Now, you must have noticed that the number of players went to 7 because I guess second or third had a network issue and disconnected. But yeah, you can see one of the leaders had caught up to me. I don't know who that is, so we're just gonna let him through, I guess, onto the straight. Obviously, not right here. You know what happened in the previous laps. Now onto the main straight, we are gonna pull away from the racing line and let him through. Yeah, that's the Mr. D. We're gonna call him Mr. D. His gamer tag is too weird. Not weird, like hard to pronounce, you know. We're gonna kind of have a battle with him because, you know, racing. We are on to lap number 49. It's basically the second last lap. I guess no, he hasn't completed the race. He is, I guess, on the last lap. You can see he's almost 2000 meters ahead of me, which is too much. And this is his last lap, and my second last lap. I guess we do have one more lap to complete. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Now we on to the main straight for the 49th time, and yes, this is our final lap. Now he, I guess, have finished the race. You can see him slowing down, the AI taking the control, or I have no idea. Or I guess not. We still have one more lap. I have no idea. Let's see. If he goes into the barrier again or like crashes, then he was in control, and the lap, or I don't know. The AI is stupid. Goes into the barrier once in a while. And onto the last straight, and he's just gonna go into the barrier like we just talked about, and we're gonna go on to the main straight for the last time, for the 50th time, with a really bad result. We're gonna completely destroy the engine, and you can see this engine damaged, and we're gonna finish the race in 6th place. Well, obviously Mr. Vortex did have a connection issue, or else I was in 7th. But hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one at Mugello for an interesting race. That was a really interesting race, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.